Welcome everyone to my YouTube tutorial on how to create a website on your server, host it on your server, Ubuntu server, and to also have a domain name that works. And yeah, let's get into it. So in this tutorial, I assume you already have a server up running. You have the firewall where you let through the ports of 80 and 443 of the website, HTTPS. So let's get into it. So first of all, I'm already connected to my server from the last few videos. So first we need to install Python. Or let's first see the website. So I have a simple website already on my local machine. So I assume that you already have a website here. So I can run it on my local machine, but this website is not accessible from any other place, so other people won't be able to use this as it's just locally. I'm using a Python map, Python Flask app. We run this. You can see this is just the local host. I have a simple website where I can have a front end, I have a back end, I have a front end where I can like filter, for example, for a brand. I can do different things. I can only show companies. So this is the front end, which the back end does all the filtering. I have different options. I have where I can show regions, where I can display by different things, and also do filtering, etc. Also even logos, or yeah, just a simple website. So these are my files for the whole website. And now, so this is a Python website, so I also need to install Python onto my server, which is here. I run the first command. All of the commands I will upload to my GitHub, and the link will be in the video description below, so you can follow as well, or you see what I do. Next up, the Flask app is not meant for production, so Flask is just for testing. We want to run it. We need to download Gunicorn. It can handle multiple users visiting the website at the same time. I'll install this. I'm using break system packages because I don't want a virtual environment. It can be recommended, but I don't have much else on it. These are just for myself because I'm using a Flask website and I'm using a login page. So I download this, and then most likely it has Blinker already installed. That's why I need to ignore the Blinker and download my own one. Let's try it again. Okay. Next up, for the example app, I'll create a new folder for it, and the OPT folder. And then there, I will copy all of the files onto the server. And here we need to make sure that we use the SSH key before which is this one. I'm using this SSH key. And the files that I want to upload are the example app. So this is the path of the files that you want to upload. So you can just, for example, in the VS Code, you could just copy the path, and you can see this is the path, the same one as here. And then I will upload it to the root user, and as we have a new IP address, I will use that one. I'll upload it to the server and into the OPT folder. Oh, I did not have to create the example app, I think. Let's try it. Not on the server, but on the local MacBook. So for some reason my Wi-Fi does not work, so I have to do it with my hotspot. So we want to copy the files into the root using our SSH key, as we disabled password login, and we have to be careful that we do it on the local Mac, the terminal. Yeah, let's also connect to our server again. So here we can see it will slowly copy the files one by one. I am connected to a VPN, so it's a bit slower. Direct connections might be a bit faster. Let's open the folder, see everything. Actually, root. That's everything. And this only works if your server has enough CPU power. If it only has 1 GB, VS Code might crash it. Now we have in the OPT, we see the example app, and we see that the files are being copied one by one onto it. This we don't need, as last time I did a bit too much. Yeah, first we want to test that the app also works on the server. Is it done? It's not done yet. Okay, now it's done uploading the files. We can open a terminal and we go into our example app folder. So cd opt/example app, and in here we do Python 3 example app.py. This is this one, and hopefully it will run. It says, oh, we don't have the Shapely, so we have to install this as well. So this is only depending on your own script. So like this, we can solve all the problems that it might have, and after it works. So this we can run the Python again and see, and now we don't have any errors, and it will say that the map is being served. We can test it out. Open in browser, and let's see if it works as expected. Yeah, we have our map, a bit slow, but it starts to load. And we also have the logout button. We have the filter options. And log in is a bit slow because I'm connected to the VPN in UK that connects to Singapore, and so the data is being sent all around the world. So perfect, it's working, and we can close the map. So next up, we want Gunicorn to run this. So we will bind our app, where we have to be careful. I will bind it to the port 8000. This one will be the Python file, what it's called. I have it called Python example.py. It's example app. And inside this Python file, the Flask application, I called it app. So this is what comes, what follows it. We can just copy this code, make sure we are in the same directory, and press enter. And now it is being served. Gunicorn is doing that. So it works. So this would be the command for it. Now we also want to make a service for it. So once the server crashes or it restarts, it will automatically restart our website. So for that, I create a new user, which is Gunicorn. And then I give it the rights to the example app, so this folder. And I want to create a new service. So this doesn't exist yet, this file. So my app, I already have it here. So this will code as VS Code. If you don't have VS Code, you can use Nano or something else. So here we see we created a new example app.service in the systemd systems. And in here, we define what it does, how it starts the app. So the new user that we created, the Gunicorn, will start the app in opt example app. And this is here where we had to change. This will be the Python file name and the app that it's called. It will put it in the socks there. You can adjust it depending on how your file is called. We save this and then we can reload. Load. We start the service and we also enable it. So now it should always be running in the background. After that, we need to install Nginx. So this will redirect requests to the website. So if someone knocks on our IP address of the server, it will say, look at the website. So yes. And after it installed, we also need to start it, so it also, and enable it so it always runs in the background. And we also see that this example app.service got created in the systemd system files. It's in here. Yeah, it was a bit doing fast. It overloaded my CPU usage, but it should be back. Let's try again. Let's see if it correctly installed Nginx. So it's installed it actually. We start Nginx. And we also enable it, so it always starts when the server restarts. And now we need to create a new file for Nginx and sites available. And here I call it example app. This is my website. We can see that I have this open, so it might be this that crashed it a bit much. And Nginx. You can see that in the sites available. Oh, not yet. I have to save it. I create this. So this tells it what it should do. So we'll listen to port 80. So for now, we will just test it in the HTTP. We'll give it the server address, which is here. So when we visit, so when someone comes to this IP address on port 80, it will tell it to pass it to example app.sox. This is what we created, the Gunicorn. And then this one, we have to enable it and we have to disable the default app. So for that, see, so we created this. Here we are. We have to create a link and sites available to sites enabled. You can see that here. We will create example app that points to here, and the sites enabled will remove the default. So we'll always look for this example app, and then we can test if Nginx code is correct. It says test failed, unknown location, and of course I have a spelling mistake here, location. We test it again, and it should be a success. And so we can restart Nginx, and now we can test it out. We go on the website, on the browser, we go on the correct IP address, and then I have /map HTTP. It will give us this warning because it is not encrypted, because we're just using HTTP. And we can see that's my login page. Now we can see it actually works quite well. You can see our stores. We can filter. We have the region. We can display different things. Perfect. So this tells you that it works, and this can be accessed by any devices now. Oh wow. I'm overloading the server. So next up, we will want to certify it with HTTPS. And to do that, you can either self-certify it, but I would recommend getting a domain name already got. And I will be using this one for it. To do that, we have to edit and put our IP address. So this will be this. So this tells it, I bought it on Cloudflare. They are quite affordable, or one of the cheapest, I would say. You can just go to domain registration. Can register. Wait, somewhere you can buy it, I remember. You can just type in here something.com. Let's make it something that no one wants. You can purchase it, and then you will have it in managed domains. In the DNS records, you type in your IP address that the website points to it. I bought a .global website. I have IPVs, so we will enable that by having AAA record. Save it. The IP address IPv4 is under the A, so we can do the add record and type A. And the C name, we will redirect www to the website. So here you can see that it will redirect. Where does it say? It does not say, but yeah, it will redirect all traffic that's www.this to this. Now you can install Certbot. This is a free one that will automatically certify the website. Saved. Right. And then we want to tell it to certify vajro.global and www.vajro.global to our IP address. So we run this command. And these certificates are valid for 3 months. And just write for now I don't care. So just whatever email address, because I will delete this. So please don't hack me. You saw all my passwords, etc. Yes. So now we can say it's requesting certificate. It says I could not find a matching server block. Oh, because I did not create it, but we can do that later on. So we want to make sure that the certificate gets renewed every 3 months automatically, so we don't have to do that ourselves. This is with this command. And next up is in the sites available. Let's see, where's Nginx? Sites available. And here we have to change this one. So here I already have it for myself. You have to change it for yourself if you do it. So I can walk through here, need the right IP address. So what this does, port 80 is HTTP. So this will forward it to vajro.global. So hopefully this will be redirected into HTTPS. So here we see the HTTPS, which is on port 443. And this is the server name. So if someone also visits the IP address directly, I will forward to here. Our Let's Encrypt files are in here. We can see that in etc. Let's Encrypt. Let's Encrypt. You can see that our certificates are here. Vajro.global. These are here, the certificates. And yeah, I will. Wait, this is from, I think. Ah, I see. So we need the whole block here. I forgot to copy everything. This is also just a redirect. So in the port 443, it listens to the IP address. So if someone visits the IP address, it will forward it as well to the domain name. If I enter just the IP address, it will forward me to this. And this is where it tells it where the encryption is. Here we see these are the 2 websites. This will forward it to our, so the locations is to this one. So this is our website. And to make things more efficient, we can add this code. So this will bypass Gunicorn. So these files, these are the static files, so big files, to prevent that from overloading our server. The user can directly access this. But however, be careful. If you have a password login, it will bypass the files that are here. So a user could directly go on this website and download the files in there. So don't put anything that should be password protected in here. So for me, I just have my JavaScripts, etc. in here that I don't mind being stolen. So this is the /static. You can see that in here. So everything that's in this folder, other people will be able to access it as well. And this is just for max file upload size. This is to tell it to always use HTTPS, so it makes it a bit more secure. So this is basically the file. After that, we can test Nginx configuration. You see it's successful, perfect. So we restart it. And now it should hopefully work. So let's switch to my phone. So I can, let's not connect, let's connect to somewhere. Go to vajo.global. It's a bit slow, but we see that we can access our website and type in my username. Log in, and hopefully it works. Yes, so here I can choose my filters, I can do this, I can change maps, perfect. And just like this, you hosted your website on your own server and you added a domain name for it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you want to see something more, you can leave that in the comment as well. And please also like and subscribe. It encourages me to make more videos like this. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have success in creating your own websites on your server.